Welcome back to this final round of SL Chennai Speaks Out Season 2 on public display of affection. Is it a private matter or a public nuisance? This is our last round. It's called Public Punch.
You were just talking about holding hands. What is the other forms? We're talking about being obscene in public. It's not just holding hands. And police, you know, they do not come to you when you're going to hold hands. Okay, only when you're going to behave obscene is when the police come to you.
What according to you is obscene? Quickly.
Kissing, hugging.
Is obscene according to you?
Behaving intimate.
Kissing and hugging is obscene.
Definitely it is.
Shweta, answer that.
I think, again, as perception to perception, but I don't see hugging as obscene at all. It could be a friendly hug.
Okay, what about kissing?
No, see, that you can't go from topic to topic. That's the
we
problem.
We are talking about PDA, PDA, under PDA.
The problem today with moral
under PDA, hugging, kissing, holding hands, let's talk about falls under PDA.
No, 1 minute. Obscenity would be, as per the law, what the law prescribes is show off your genitalia, your body parts. And any kind of intimate sexual act. Again,
is intimate sexual act.
It cannot be, may not be.
There's no kissing that happens in offices on birthdays.
Well, I can celebrate my birthday on the beach and people can come and hug me, my friends can come and hug me. And
people can come and hug you.
My friends can come and if anybody does that, you don't know what happens to that. Right. If anybody tries even that, I have also, Mr. Hosseini has said,
there is a movement.
A lot of his students have kicked people. Believe me, I'm not his student, but I have kicked people.
All right, Shweta, also let me also point out, there's also a movement going on, hugs for free across the cities, especially in beaches. Okay.
See, please, may I support
her? That is a movement for AIDS awareness
She is
campaign.
not talking about a gentle, ordinary, simple hug. Here in the definition of public, it should not offend anybody's sensibilities.
In a holy place like church, the first thing couple do after getting married is kissing each other. When it is allowed in a holy place, then why not in a public place?
Can I please answer your question? Wait, please. In a holy place, if a man kisses a woman, that is the tradition, and which is sanctioned by the society, sanctioned by religion, sanctioned by everybody, denoting that they're going to be husband and wife forever. That is not a public display of affection. It is a public display of two people getting together for life.
We've had advertisements on, deodorants and undergarments, which actually portray under the corporate cloud that there is something called public display of love and affection. That is also, comes under the same question of debate.
I perfectly accept what you say. So, let's ban all those ads. That's all.
So, why don't we just remove all neoliberal reforms introduced by slightly saffron governments?
Also ban certain brands of deo sprays also.
Yeah. Not deo sprays, the places where they spray.
All right. Okay, next question.
These two guys saying that kissing in cinemas are okay and kissing in private is not okay. In cinemas, which scene have kissing scene, they will put a certificate as A. That means children should not go to that movie. In real life,
let me correct you. There are also cases where a person chops off another person, the head falls on the ground, it's got a U certificate. So let's not strictly go by the censor board, the yardstick.
You said in your village, your mother will come and hug you after seeing you after a long time.
Not my mother, my relatives.
Do you believe that your mother has the same affection over you and his husband? Why can't you accept that when she come and kiss her husband in the public place?
This is a relationship between a mother and a son. It differs with the husband and wife.
Yeah, do you believe your mother has the same affection over your husband also?
Effectively, you should not love anybody. You should not be affectionate to everybody. You should be hateful to everybody in public. That's the kind of message we are putting out in society.
We form the laws based on these common standard values. So when these common standard values are violated, then only they go for forming these laws.
Adam Smith, in his theory of moral sentiments, wrote that how a state cannot intervene into using punitive action on moral sentiments because that will disrupt the entire social fabric. So that's what the state itself is unsure. And therefore, and that is the problem. Since it is vague and insufficient, moral policers will sort of come and use their clout and take away money and sort of, even if you're holding hands, you can be, that's why we cannot have moral policing because the law itself is so vague. So therefore we can be, in law it's called slippery slope. That's what's going to happen. Different cities have different timings. Bombay, women can walk around next to the beach at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Chennai, we can't. Why? Because morals are different. We need to understand, and therefore we have to be progressive and extremely liberal.
It's not about walking, sir. We have a pseudo law. You close the wine shop at 10 o'clock in the night, but you have pubs running till...
So which wine shop closes at 10 in the night?
See, it closes. Officially, it closes.
Officially,
it closes at 10 in the night. But you have pubs running till late night.
Sanjay, pubs are a minority. Yeah?
Vulgarity is a relative term. Something which is vulgar to you need not be vulgar to somebody else.
Shian?
But how are you going to define in a crowd where a composite group of people are there whose definitions are different? How could you decide, okay, these people are going to accept or not and do whatever you want to do?
When Saina Nehwal won a Grand Prix, she went and hugged coach Pulla Gopichan. It's not vulgar.
Thank God you say that.
For the censoring case, you said it's up to the government. If it's the government who's going to do the moral policing, then why are you doing it?
Okay.
We are not doing any moral policing.
Doesn't your movement, you just stated that your movement does moral policing, it will curtail people if they are having public display of sexual things, then why are you doing it?
See, no, Kannan, you actually go around with chappals of garlands of chappals. Your Valentine's Day, I know you're very active.
See,
I mean,
it's a democratic country. We are protesting in a democratic way. We don't resort to any violent activities.
I have my own mind. I believe we are all intelligent, including you, sir. So we know what to do and what not to do, and nobody should tell us what to do and what not to do. It's about...
I have the liberty to condemn also.
Kissing is something very, very obscene. I think she needs to grow up.
If you are going on the Marina Beach and you see a couple kissing, will you or will you not be offended? If you are offended, tell me why.
Because there is some limit in the public places.
That limit is decided by?
Decided by the individuals.
That is you or them?
By us. That's a society. Sir, the individuals makes a society.
Yeah, so what will you do? If you get offended, what will you do?
We can't go and beat them or something else. Just we can say.
Learn some lessons from him, Kannan.
That's why we have the police to do that. You're talking about police coming and picking you up. That's why, because you behave decent, they're not going to come and pick you up.
I thought the police spend more time guarding VIPs on bandobast duty. They have other things to do, right?
You have, but this also falls under them, okay? Because if you're gonna say these things in a public place,
all along we've been told that there is a skewed public police ratio and we don't have enough policemen to guard our cities. But are you then trying to say that it's a job of the police to go around preventing people from kissing or holding hands?
If the police picks on you, it isn't wrong. You're going to be decent.
Outsource that to Hindu Makal Kachi, is what you're saying.
Sir,
outsource that to Kannan.
Yeah, definitely. I'm supporting him.
All right, Kannan, you've got supporters.
If you are okay with PDA, do you mean that you are also okay with scandals?
Listen, and that's the whole fundamental problem.
It actually
scandal? I'm saying, listen, sir, I'm just telling you one thing. Please open your mind again. Just be comfortable with what you are okay with. Don't make it like...
Lift up from that. In a country where farmer suicides have no importance, we sensationalize...
That is what we are saying. You give much importance to them instead of these petty things.
Exactly. So don't put it onto TV. Put other important things.
See, when you start compromising on...
Don't focus more on policing. You know, a country where women's rights are appalling, where, you know, other things, civic rights are appalling.
How many agitations have you staged for against farmer suicides?
More than 100 agitations, sir.
All right, you staged. Is it just
it has not got attention, but if I say about Shreya or Mallika Sharawat...
Fair enough, that's the point.
That's the point. That's
fair enough.
That's the point. That's the point.
Sir, he talked about sex education should be given to the kids, like when so that they don't do it outside. So I just wanted to ask, will you be comfortable talking about sex education with your daughter? If your wife is not educated properly, will you be comfortable in talking?
I would be the first person to educate my girl about sex. The first person, if ever I have a daughter.
None of us support obscenity. Exactly. We are just talking about the public display of love and affection. Suppose a girl and a guy, or may them be friends, or a brother, both of them, they do something and they like each other. That moment, out of their love, they are kissing each other. Out of love. You mean to say that go back home, then think about that and do that?
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you. You have affection, you kiss each other. What if you're sexually aroused? What are you going to do? Make out of the public? You can't wait to go back home. Are you going to do that in public? What kind of talk are you talking? You're an intelligent, young woman with some cranial capacities. What kind of nonsense are you talking?
I am talking about brothers. I am talking about friendship.
Suddenly when each other meet each other, they get carried away. Can they wait till they go back home? What? Yeah, come on. I'm so ashamed. I really
don't pounce on her.
society
No. She's entitled to her opinion and entitled to ask a question. Let's not pounce on her. Perhaps again, it's a question of understanding and definitions of public display of affection and the difference between PDA and obscenity, but that's all the time we have for on SL Chennai Speaks Out. Is it a case of individual freedom or tyranny of a few? Is it a case of private permissiveness or public hypocrisy? And I'd like to quote Shobha Deya, who says there's no such thing as, no such beast, in fact, as a uniform moral code. Perhaps the time has come for all of us in society to be more prudent rather than prudish. If you do have a point to make, you can email us. feedback@ndtv-hindu.com is our email ID. You can also catch us live on the web. That's www.ndtv-hindu.com. From all of us on the Chennai Speaks Out team, thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next week at the same time.